We're checking out the coolest new stuff here at the NAMM show. We got Bob from Dunlop, and he's going to show us some of the cool Dunlop pedals that came out this year. Bob.
Thanks, Neil. Yeah, welcome to NAMM 2012. Right here we have some Crybaby. Let's first work on the Joe Bonamassa Wah. Joe Bonamassa, great player, really bluesy, rocky player that has its own character. And what we try to do is get a wah-wah that fit his personality. So this is really great, kind of smoky, sort of, little bit of a growly sort of morning, I call it morning voice. And we found that a halo inductor, which is the part of the circuit that gives it its kind of magic and little bell-like and little overtone saturation distortion. It's called the halo inductor from the 60s that actually is held together with a little metal bracket that looks like a halo, hence the name Halo. So we manufacture this right to the spec, but we also do a little something to keep it a little more physically stable, so it doesn't pick up as much rumble and stage rumble and kicking. So we preserve all the great harmonic tone, yet kind of
less of the fuzzy, nasty stuff.
Less of the nasty stuff. I'll put an overdrive on for now. Joe Bonamassa likes the classic bypass. Everybody rages about true bypass, so we have a switch in here that does both. Classic hard wire, which connects the guitar to the circuit at all times, rounds off the top end a little bit, almost imperceivable, but especially if you have great ears and you're used to something, it's there. When it's not there, it just feels different. But if you really want true bypass, it's got a little switch, user selectable. So with the Halo Inductor, classic, also classic components, big resistors, an old type circuit board. So if you're a tweaker, it's easy to work on. You know, no microsurgery there.
So you kind of get the best of the old and the best of the new.
Exactly, exactly. We try not to take any of the magic out of it, just make it a little solid for today's players. So the JB95, right here, new, Dunlop Manufacturing, 2012 NAMM.
Yeehaw!
We move along to the custom badass modified overdrive. Overdrives are a circuit which we actually have to cut out a lot of the lows to make it nice and punchy and focused in the mid-range. Give it that really just like, it's almost like a chainsaw. What we've added is the user selectable 100 Hertz boost or cut. The boost actually gives you back what you lost in creating that sound, and it actually gives your cojones back. It fills up that low end.
Sounds like a tube amp breaking up.
Exactly. One other feature that we also do for EQing is we take and we put a bump switch. It bumps up the whole low EQ section to the upper mids, raises everything off the floor, and now you feel like you're playing from a small stack to a full stack. So with those two features, you really can get a wide breadth of overdrive in a very simple, small package. So right there, true hardwire bypass, custom badass modified overdrive for 2012.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I also have a pedal, 6 years in the making. Eric Johnson, aficionado of fuzz. We finally got him to actually hear a replication of his love of fuzz faces, some of his holy grail stuff that he's used over the years. We now handpick transistors for beta, special BC183 silicon transistor, and 2 stages, specific gain so that they have a certain saturation characteristic that feeds onto each other. And then we also bias it special so it has a bit of asymmetry, gives you this spit sort of fuzzy thing, which Eric loves. So I love it, love it.
Gritty.
So that's the Eric Johnson Fuzz Face. And one other thing, now Way Huge, 20-year anniversary of Way Huge, believe it or not. George Trips introduced the Red Llama 20 years ago, and it's an overdrive, and actually gets a little the low end fuzzy. It's an overdrive's kind of fuzzy cousin. So
fuzzy cousin.
It's a little fuzzy wuzzy.
That reminds me of a Hendrix tone.
He uses the fuzz face, so the fuzz characteristic of that reminds you of Hendrix because there is fuzziness in there. It cleans up very nicely. 20-year anniversary. Congratulations, Way Huge and George Trips.
All right. Thanks, Bob.